Hello friends, welcome to this session on English grammar. In our previous session, we had studied that verbs comprise of action performing words that are divided into transitive and intransitive verbs. We also understood how a verb can be both transitive as well as intransitive based on how the sentence is framed. If you have not yet watched that session, then do watch it for a better understanding. Friends, before ending the previous session, we asked you to identify the verbs in this sentence. She is going to Orlando. Did you get it? Yes, the verb here is going. But you're partially correct. There is one more verb in this statement. Can you guess it? Yes, it's is. Now, you might say, is not performing any action. This brings us to the next type of verbs called auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary means to provide additional help or support. So, we can also call these verbs as helping verbs. This means they are always used with another main verb in this statement. So, let's understand them better. Take a look at these sentences. She was getting late. Paige may sleep early. Here, the main verbs are getting and sleep. But which words or verbs are giving support to these main verbs? Yes, was and may. Now, in the first statement, was is indicating that it is something in the past. That means it is indicating the time in which the action has taken place. While in the second statement, may is showing us a possibility or chance of Paige sleeping early, right? So, in short, auxiliary verbs help in giving more clarity to the main verb as to what is happening, or when is it happening, or the possibility of something, etc. These auxiliary verbs are further divided into two types. Let's understand them one by one. First, take a look at these sentences. I am grateful to her. I was grateful to her. I have a chocolate. I had a chocolate. Here, the verbs am and have indicate the present or current situation, whereas was and had indicate past situations. Or we can say they are specifically indicating the time in which the action is being performed. These are called as primary auxiliary verbs. This is because any information when passed from one person to another solely based on time of action. Primary verbs are of three main types. Here, be and its forms show progression, that is, the action which is not yet finished. The main verb will be shown with the ing form. Example: then, do and its forms help to form interrogative sentences and negative sentences. Have and its forms is used to show perfect tense, that is, the action is already completed. Primary auxiliaries can be used as infinitives, that is, to be, to do, and to have. Primary auxiliary verb has many more characteristics. We shall cover it in detail in our upcoming sessions. Moving ahead, let's see these examples. She should apologize. He might win. Here, the auxiliary verbs should show advice and might shows possibility. These are called modal auxiliary verbs, which show the mood of the verb. They express necessity, advice, ability, expectation, permission, possibility, etc. The following are the modal auxiliary verbs. One special characteristic about modal auxiliaries is that they do not change their form along with the person, whether singular or plural. Like, I can do it, or she can do it, or they can do it. Can, which is a modal auxiliary verb, remains the same in all three cases. Isn't that interesting? There are more characteristics about modal verbs which we will cover in our further sessions. So, that was a brief introduction on primary and modal auxiliary verbs. Now, it's time to take a quiz. Identify the auxiliary verbs from the following statement. Also state whether they are primary or modal. Check for the ones showing time and mood respectively. Hope you have got all the answers correct. We have one more type of verb, so don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to catch up on it. Friends, you may suggest any such topic related to English grammar and vocabulary, which you find difficult, by posting it in the comment box below. Before you leave, take a look at these online courses hosted on our platform www.letstute.com. See you soon. Until then, keep watching, keep learning and subscribe to Let's Tute. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you'll be notified with our latest update.